If your check engine light is on and you suspect your catalytic converter is the culprit, then this video is exactly what you need. I've tested some of the most talked about catalytic converter cleaners on the market, and I'm here to share my honest experience. Every product I mention here is linked in the description so you can check them out for yourself if you like any. Now, let's get right into it. At number 10, we have the Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. I have been using Techron for years and it never disappoints. It is not only great for cleaning the catalytic converter, but it also does wonders for the entire fuel system. After using it on my vehicle, I noticed smoother acceleration and a slight bump in fuel efficiency within a week. It is especially effective on high-mileage engines that have not been treated in a while. What really makes it stand out is how well it breaks down stubborn carbon deposits across the fuel line and injectors, giving your vehicle a bit of its old strength back. Compared to the Cataclean fuel and exhaust system cleaner, which I have included as number 7 on this list, Techron is better at restoring engine smoothness. The pros include easy to use, effective cleaning, and improved mileage. The cons include mild odor and slow results. At number 9, we have the Royal Purple Max Clean. This cleaner is marketed as a 3-in-1 treatment for fuel injectors, combustion chambers, and catalytic converters. I used it on my older sedan, and after 2 full tanks with Max Clean, added the rough, idle, and sluggish throttle response had noticeably improved. The real standout feature here is how well it works on newer engines too. It runs clean, does not leave a chemical aftertaste in the exhaust, and gives the engine a small boost that you can feel, especially when accelerating from a stop. It also has the added benefit of cleaning fuel sensors, which helps improve engine timing and responsiveness. Compared to the Dura Lube Severe Catalytic and Exhaust Treatment, which I have included as number 6 on this list, Max Clean does a better job at enhancing throttle response. The pros include great versatility, noticeable power gain, and easy pouring. The cons include slightly pricey and mild fumes. At number 8, we have the Cataclean Fuel and Exhaust System Cleaner. This one is almost a household name, and for good reason. I used Cataclean before taking my truck in for an emissions test, and to my surprise, it actually helped my vehicle pass. It does a solid job clearing out carbon buildup from not just the catalytic converter, but also the oxygen sensors and fuel injectors. I would not say it performs miracles, but it certainly made a difference in the exhaust note and fuel efficiency. My truck ran smoother under load, especially during towing and hill climbs, where the engine felt less restricted. You get the feeling that the exhaust system is breathing better and the fuel is combusting more efficiently. Compared to the Liqui Moly Catalytic System Clean, which I have included as number 3 on this list, Cataclean delivers faster emissions test improvements. The pros include emissions test help, quick results, and reliable brand. The cons include higher cost and thick formula. At number 7, we have the CRC Guaranteed to Pass Emissions Cleaner. If you are in a crunch and need to get your car through testing, this cleaner is a good emergency option. I tested it in an older compact car that was throwing a catalytic converter code. After using this product and driving around as directed, the check engine light actually went off for a few days. It is not a permanent fix, but it buys you time. The CRC formula is designed to burn through deposits quickly and is best used shortly before your test. I noticed a temporary improvement in throttle response and fewer misfires during stop-and-go driving. However, the results tend to fade after the tank is empty. Compared to the Motor Power Catalytic Converter Cleaner, which I have included as number 5 on this list, CRC is more effective for short-term fixes. The pros include cheap solution, emissions-focused, and temporary light reset. The cons include short-lived effects and mixed results. At number 6, we have the XADO Catalytic Converter Cleaner. I had never tried XADO before this test, but I was impressed by its European engineering. The cleaner comes with a syringe-style applicator, which is easy to use and actually kind of fun. It claims to restore exhaust system performance. And based on my experience with a mid-mileage SUV, it did improve cold starts and reduce exhaust odor. The engine ran more consistently, and I detected less knocking and fewer RPM fluctuations at idle. XADO seems to work best in conjunction with higher octane fuel and longer drive times. Compared to the Solderit Catalytic Converter Cleaner, which I have included as number 1 on this list, XADO is easier to apply and feels more modern. The pros include unique delivery, odor reduction, and great packaging. The cons include higher price and limited availability. At number 5, we have the Dura Lube Severe Catalytic and Exhaust Treatment. This product is marketed heavily toward high-mileage vehicles, and it does seem to back that up. I used it on a work van with over 170,000 miles, and after one treatment, there was a slight reduction in emissions and better throttle consistency. It takes time to work, but it builds up results across multiple uses. After my third tank with Dura Lube, the exhaust note smoothed out and the van idled with fewer vibrations. It is one of those products that does not produce dramatic results immediately, but delivers a steady, cumulative improvement that keeps your emissions system healthier over time. Compared to the Royal Purple Max Clean, which I have included as number 9 on this list, Dura Lube is better suited for older engines. The pros include long-term effects, helps high mileage, and consistent power. The cons include slow acting and less noticeable change. At number 4, we have the Motor Power Catalytic Converter Cleaner. This product does not have the same name recognition as others, but I gave it a shot and was pleasantly surprised. It worked particularly well on my friend's hybrid car, where it smoothed out idle vibration and helped eliminate the engine light after a few cycles. It is a simple pour-in treatment, but it does need a longer drive time to take full effect. I noticed it worked best after prolonged city driving, mixed with short highway sprints, which helped push the cleaner through the system evenly. Compared to the CRC guaranteed to pass emissions, which I have included as number 7 on this list, Motor Power works better on hybrid vehicles. The pros include hybrid compatible, decent pricing, and smooth idle. The cons include long drive time and weak instructions. At number 3, we have another bottle of Cataclean fuel and exhaust system cleaner. Yes, it made the list twice, and for good reason. I tested a second application on a different vehicle, a crossover with nearly 100,000 miles. The effect was even more pronounced this time. Better cold starts, reduced sulfur smell, and smoother acceleration were all observed after about 50 miles. After the full tank, I noticed a significant drop in tailpipe odor and an increase in miles per gallon. The engine simply felt more efficient and lighter on its feet. Compared to the Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus, which I have included as number 10 on this list, this second use of Cataclean gave faster, more aggressive results. The pros include stronger performance, universal compatibility, and trusted formula. The cons include expensive repeat use and unpleasant smell. At number 2, we have the Liqui Moly Catalytic System Clean. Liqui Moly is known for its premium European automotive products, and this one fits the bill. I tested this cleaner in a turbocharged hatchback and saw a very slight gain in engine responsiveness and reduced idle irregularities. What stood out was how refined the formula felt compared to others. It does not burn off too quickly, and it spreads through the system more evenly. The cleaner seemed to work best when used before a long highway trip, giving the engine enough heat and pressure to flush out contaminants. Compared to the XADO Catalytic Converter Cleaner, which I have included as number 6 on this list, Liqui Moly offers a more professional-grade experience. The pros include premium formula, subtle power boost, and clean burn. The cons include pricey option and slower changes. At number 1, we have the Solderate Catalytic Converter Cleaner. This one is more of a niche solution and not as easy to find in your typical auto store, but I found it to be extremely effective on an older compact SUV. After applying the cleaner as directed and driving for about 60 miles, the sulfur smell in the exhaust was almost completely gone, and idle became more stable. It is best for vehicles that have not been treated in years. The improvement was obvious, especially during deceleration and idling, where the engine no longer felt like it was choking. Solderate gives older vehicles a second win by clearing out stubborn grime from deep in the converter. Compared to the XADO Catalytic Converter Cleaner, which I have included as number 6 on this list, Solderate is more effective for long-neglected systems. The pros include strong performance, fast odor fix, and ideal for old cars. The cons include rare find and outdated packaging.